So we've done these four models. We have three three-handers in soft white, charcoal gray. It's the one we have here. I don't have with me a blue one, but this is the Urban Jürgensen blue, and the three-handers are, all 41 millimeters. This is for all of the pieces. They're 41 millimeters. They have the same case size because the GMT module is integrated. But there are some technicalities on the GMT model which should be pretty interesting. So my background is not from the watch industry. In my previous life, as they say, I did a lot of traveling. I had a 15, 20-year period of my life where I was traveling about 100 to 120 days per year. So trust me, I know how a GMT watch should work, and I have a number of them in my collection, but they never really work as they should when you're in an airplane. So what happens when the plane lands? The stewardess says, well, welcome to Hong Kong. You're now 6 hours in front of or behind, whichever it may be, your local time zone, and the local time is XYZ. And so you start to wonder what you're doing next. Well, the plane just landed, so what you're trying to do is find your laptop and find your ticket and your boarding card for your connecting flight, and you're trying to figure out where your wallet is and your headset, and people are getting up, and you actually do not have time to futz around trying to adjust your watch. And so what I did here on the GMT model from Urban Jürgensen is that it's a very simple dial layout. We have, of course, the main dial with the date, and this is where you always look at what time it is. And that doesn't change because you flew to Hong Kong or to New York. You always look at your local time where the main dial is, because that's where you always find the time. The small subdial at 6 o'clock is a 24-hour dial with a little red notion on the 24. And that'll immediately tell you instinctively that, okay, this is not a seconds dial, this is not a date dial. 24, that's time. And it is. It's a 24-hour time dial that always shows your home time, where you came from. And so what happens when you land is that, very simply, you push either the upper button for advance or the lower button for going backwards, and it adjusts the main hour time like this. Or you go backwards at the lower button like that. And if you cross the midnight time zone where you're going to, obviously the date switches forward or backwards when you pass midnight. And that really is as simple as it is. That means, in all practicality, that when you're landing, you don't have to pay attention to your watch at all. All you have to do is, well, she said 5 hours ahead. You reach down to your watch and you push 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're all done. And this, to me, is how a GMT watch should work. Now, obviously, the GMT, as the other three pieces in the collection, is watertight to 120 meters. It has the same dimensions because the GMT module is integrated into the movement. It's an automatic movement and carries the same technical basic specifications as the three-hand model.